Let's go! We're back, man. Alright, let's get this popping. What is good, fam? About to bring up one of my clients today. We're gonna get this fucking rolling. We're gonna put this here. See, invite. Try not to drop. Oh, let's get it. Let's go. Alright, let's see if I can get that. Perfect. Bang. Yo, that was so wow, that was so fast. Hold on. What's good? Let's go.
How are you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, I'm just gonna get this popping really quick. Yo, you stoked or what?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Did you like crop the phone maybe so we could like actually see your face?
Yeah.
What do you think? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to be able to like actually see you. You know what I mean? Not just like a floating head. Let's go. Someone said that you smell. That's hilarious. Let's go.
Oh my god.
So what we're gonna do is I'm going to count down from 3, and then we're going to record the podcast episode. Just going to run a couple things. We'll have some fun with it. We'll talk about your experience, and then that's that. Sound good?
Yeah, sounds good.
Cool. All right, let's get into it. We're gonna get started here in 3, 2, 1. What is going on, squad? Welcome back to another episode of the Shift Your Mind, Change Your Life podcast. This is your boy, Coach Sal, and today I'm joined by one of my rockstar clients, Sophia. Sophia, what is popping?
I'm good. How are you?
Best day of my entire life. So, for the podcast audience and the people that may not know yet, who the heck are you, and what are you doing on my podcast today?
I'm from West Islip on Long Island, and I'm in college. I'm going to be a junior. I've been in the program for like 5 months now.
Yes. Yep.
And yeah, it's been a great experience. I started off kind of like not really knowing what to do, like didn't really have like a set plan.
Yeah.
And then got a program from you and been tracking my calories on like FitnessPal and stuff, and it's been going great.
Oh, so how do you feel about your results? Let's talk about that before I get into the other questions that I wanted to ask you today.
I feel like I've definitely seen like a lot of results. I didn't really used to take like progress pictures,
Yeah.
but I have been taking them, and like you definitely see it.
Yes. Isn't that amazing? And that's why like I pressed you guys about that, because like you look in the mirror every day and you don't see it, but when you take the pictures over time, you see that. But I think what I really want to understand, I think that a lot of other people are probably curious too, like why did you feel the need to maybe hire a coach? Like what do you feel like in your mind was what you were looking for, and did you get what you came for?
Yeah, so I didn't really, I was like following like kind of a plan, but I didn't really like know how, like it was on and off, and I didn't want to be like on and off. So I kind of like, and I wasn't really tracking, it was on and off with that too, so I kind of want to just get on top of it, like get in the right mindset and stuff. So yeah, after like really sticking to it and stuff, I really began to see results, and it's honestly like so great. I did got what I came for.
Got what you came for. Let's fucking go. That's what it is. And I think there's a lot of people who are reluctant to invest in themselves because they feel like they can do it on their own, right? But the thing is that if you could, you probably have the result already, right? I'm sure you could agree, right? So talk to us a little bit more about, the actual like day-to-day as far as, how were you able to keep pushing through and keep doing the things that you're supposed to? Because it is hard, right? I'm sure you could agree on that.
Yeah.
So like, what were some things that you really feel like helped you as far as like getting results throughout the process?
Well, like in the Facebook group, you used to go like live all the time, so a lot of like the mindset ones really helped a lot, and just like help you sit down. I feel like really just like about like why you're here, basically, like to just keep going with it. That was like the biggest thing for me. Like I told you that.
Yeah.
And honestly, like just seeing the results week by week is like so great to like continue to keep going.
Yeah. So I think that's really where it gets addictive. You know what I mean? It's like, because it's like frustrating starting out. You may not know where it's. I think you said that right before. It's like you didn't really know kind of what to do, right? So like, what do you feel like really helped you? Was it like the program? Was it the support, the community, the streams, a combination of all of it? Could you break that down a little bit more?
Yeah, I mean, the number one thing was definitely the streams and like having your mind straight as to what you should be doing, like where you're at.
Yeah.
But it was like the workouts, just like tracking them, making sure you're doing it, and like the calendar, just making sure everything was like on track. So it was a combination of everything. I feel like, but mainly the live streams.
You love the live streams. I remember you told me that. Like every time you're driving to school, you listen to that shit. It's funny because I used to go to the same college, and that's not funny, honestly.
Yeah, I
know. So, all right. So then, what about this? What would you say to someone who is like on the fence, who may be struggling right now, who like is not seeing results in their fitness journey? What would you say to someone who's now gone through that experience?
Definitely like hiring hotels, like to try to get yourself back on track. Because sometimes it's hard by yourself to try to make a plan and like try to try to think out how many calories you're eating and things like that. Yeah. So it is very helpful, and just like listening to like back to like a podcast too, like listening to that, and just like everything, like trying everything, like all different things to get back on it.
That's what it takes. That's what it takes. Now, I wanted to like really give you an opportunity to voice a couple things here. So, with that being said, is there anything that you really wanted to share on your experience that you feel like others may be, I guess, valuable as far as like sharing that? I don't know if that makes sense. But...
yeah, I mean, so certain workouts I remember like I've never like done before or something. So like it really helps like ask me things, like you're very like open to answering things, and like very like detailed. So that really helps a lot. But yeah, no, everything is like very, very good with your program. Like everything's like set like different. Like literally very good.
Let's go. And just to be clear, I'm not paying you to say this, right? Like, no, in all seriousness though, like I appreciate your time coming up on here and really speaking too, because that's the thing is like there's other people who need this, right? So like that's a lot of things that you guys have heard me say that. Like my coach is very big on that, like talking about the experience. Now, how about this? Because there were some struggles that we worked through, right? So how are you able to like keep pushing through? How are you able to keep showing up and doing the things that you're supposed to do?
I mean, it's like often there's some things that you just like don't want to go, don't want to work out and stuff. But if you like sit back and think, all right, like what am I going to get out of it if I don't work out today? Like you're just better off going and just like getting it over with, and you feel so good after, and then just to keep going. Because then if you look at your results and you're like, oh, do I want to go back to how I was?
Yes.
Like,
yeah. Oh, elaborate on that. Like that's one of my biggest motivating factors. Like, I don't want to go back to the past version of myself that I didn't like. And I think that's why we all start, because at one point we're not really comfortable, right? And we want to make that change. So, is that something that you really focus on a lot?
Yeah, I mean, I just remember like first going on the phone call with you to like get on your program and stuff, and I was just like not in a good place. Like I didn't know how to get out of it. Like I wanted to change something. And like ever since I just like remember that feeling, I was just like was not happy with myself. And then after we started, then it started to get like better. I felt like on track with something, following a plan and stuff like that. So like that's just like a place that I definitely would not want to go back to.
I agree. That's another big factor for me too. So like, what was like that separation? Because you said like you were stuck and now you're not. So like, what specifically was that unlock? The dreams in the program? I feel like you kind of addressed that, but like I really just want to make sure that that's crystal clear so people understand that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean the streams help you get in the mindset to keep going with the program. So like the program helps, but you have to also be in the right mindset to continue it and to keep going with it, to keep trying to like track your food and stuff like that. Like it's like it starts with mindset.
But the thing that I want to understand here, Sophia, is like when you say mindset, what do you mean like specifically?
Just like different things. Like I remember you spoke on the morning routine a lot, like having something that you do every morning, and like just all different. Like
I know I'm kind of putting you on the spot.
What?
I said I know I'm kind of putting you on the spot, but like I like to get really specific with the episodes and make sure that people are getting an insane amount of value. And like you have a great opportunity to do that. That's why I'm asking like the same question like 8 different times because I just really want to make sure that we cover that. You know. But you said, what were you saying specifically before I cut you off? I lost track of that.
No, it was just like doing things you like to do. So like you like to go for a walk, like things that like keep it like because obviously you don't want to just stick to a program if you're not happy with it, or like you're not, things like I used to do like hot yoga and like cycle class. So like I feel like it's like fun to just switch it up a little bit. That was fun, but like just like doing things that you enjoy important too.
That's the thing is like mixing it in, like it doesn't have to feel like a chore and a prison sentence all the time. I'm really glad to hear you say that because it sounds like my job was done properly. It's going to give you that mindset, right? And give you that belief to allow you to really enjoy it. Like I felt that way. That's why I got into coaching because I used to struggle with that, right? So I'm just really thankful to hear that.
Yeah.
And, is there anything else that you wanted to share before we wrap up here, Sophia?
Nothing I can think of.
That's fucking lit. Well, I appreciate you. Thank you again. It's been an absolute pleasure, and we're gonna keep fucking rolling.
Yeah.
So that is it. That is all. Appreciate you guys tuning in. That's that. So you killed it, yo. You snapped. So I just finished that up. That's cool. Yeah, I appreciate you. That's it. I want to keep these short, like 10 minutes. But yeah, you're fucking amazing. Appreciate it, and we'll talk soon. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah.
All right, you got it. Peace. All right, squad. Peace. You guys are savage. Appreciate the follow. Let's go. Lots of background noise. All right, I gotta fix that. But let me get some work on that. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Hope you have the best day ever. Let's get it.